How good is this time of the year?
Pressure makes diamonds.
Are you under pressure?
I think I'm always under pressure. Never stops.
You put the pressure on yourself though.
Yeah. Yeah. I tend to agree with that. Could be less under pressure, that's for sure. Someone was telling me this morning, it's like, I don't know how you deal with it. Like you're always so busy, got so much on. How are you doing everything?
Who was saying?
Dee was saying it to me actually this morning, but then I was doing some mentoring sessions as well. And they were like, I don't know how you do it. Like, I don't know how you do this and do this and do this. I just don't get it. I'm so busy in my own day. You're doing that plus all the other shit you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, just get it done. I prioritize. Everything can be done. You just got to make the time for it, plan for it.
And make you think, you know what I think one of the best exercises is time, what's it called? Time audit. Have you ever done one?
I haven't actually.
Oh, dude. I'm
going to do it after this.
You will be gobsmacked at how much time you still waste.
Yeah.
Because you'll be like,
genuinely,
shit. Like,
I genuinely feel like that. I was speaking with my PT this morning as well. And he's like, we're ramping up training because I'm getting fucking massive. I'm going to get swole, as they say.
Like hormosy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to come on flannel. I'm going to come on stage with flannel shirts as well and shorts.
Sick.
And singlets. That's why I'm growing my beard. Do you notice it's a bit longer than normal?
I didn't, but I like it.
Actually, but I do that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so he was like, getting swole. So I'm training more, 4 times a week. And he's like, we could do 5 times a week. I was like, because I know it's going to be a bit too much. I go, do you know what though? Like, gun to my head. If you said you have to train 5 times a week for the next month and I will give you $10 million cash, are you going to train?
Good. What?
You train 7.
You can train twice a day.
You train twice a day.
Yeah. So go do 75
But this is what I mean. It can be done.
Yes.
100%. Right? It can be done. It's like, I'm busy tomorrow. Make some fucking time. It's 45 minutes. It's an hour.
Get up earlier.
That's it. So I always look at that small scenario with the fitness and the health and all that sort of stuff and apply it to business then and say, how am I not doing that tender? I could do it. How am I not getting back to that person? I could do that. How am I doing this? And I think this is where it comes in with your time audit, where you're going, well, where am I wasting time in my day?
Yeah.
I don't have enough time to read. What? You can't spare 15 minutes a day to read.
10 pages. Get it out of the day first thing in the morning.
That's the other thing I do now, because I always train mornings, because I know by the time I get home, get the kids ready, bed, all that sort of shit, it's very, very rare occurrence that I'm going to go out.
Yeah, because at that point,
or even work. Sometimes I can't be fucked working. So what I end up doing, funny enough, is I go to bed early, so I'm up early, and then those 2 hours extra in the morning, I'm actually more productive working then than what I would be at 8:30 at night.
Yeah. Or you can say, I'm going to go to bed early so that I'll wake up early and train tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And then not get up.
Just stay in bed still. Just have that saddle
like, I was sick.
Yeah. Absolutely. So. Yeah, lots on. It's a good time of the year. Nearly holidays as well. We shut down for 3 weeks. Are you shutting down in your business, or are you going to work through?
We work through.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people don't.
It's quieter for you?
It's definitely quieter, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, because that's what I mean. A lot of people tend to take a few days off during that time as well.
But it's also,
because you're in you've got, that construction space too. A lot of them shut down as well.
Yeah. Also though, like, it was proven a few years back that the highest screen time day of the year is Boxing Day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and the second highest is New Year's Day.
New Year's Day, that makes sense.
New Year's Day, yeah. So post Christmas and post New Year's Eve.
Everyone's looking at what happened throughout the day.
Yeah, everyone's just spending time.
And this is what I say to a lot of the clients, and even for yourself, right? Everyone's like, I'm going to come into Christmas. I'm going to put my account on pause, please. I'm like, no, ramp it up. Spend more.
Yeah,
because everyone's at home. Everyone is like on their phones. That's one tension.
The other part is everyone else stops.
Everyone else stops.
Yeah.
So you ramp it up.
So all of a sudden they're only seeing you. They're like, oh, these guys are going through.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
You know what I mean?
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. All of a sudden you stand out because you're like the construction company who's doing stuff in the period that no one is.
Yeah.
No, these guys are still going through.
Yeah.
These guys sleep.
Yeah.
How does George get so much done?
And that's the thing though, isn't it? So how do you get so much done? And again, I was saying it with something else. I was I had a coaching session with one of my guys, and it was like, I take out at least 4 hours out of my work week to go and train, and yet I'm still more productive as a result of working less. So the physical and the mental benefits of working out, I think, outweigh that time that you would be in the office. Because I used to always prioritize work. As you're like, no, I've got to work and do this tender and not train. I've got to work and do this and not train. I've got to be here. I'll train later when I feel like it.
Yeah, I think also though, another thing is when you are short for time, you just manage to get more done. Like, isn't it funny how much shit you get done before you go on holidays?
Yeah.
And you get that whole list and all of a sudden, like, the whole thing's done.
Yep. Well, Monday morning, I came into the office and I knew I had a client coming in at about 10:30 and I had to finish a tender that I was going to sit down with him because I said, hey, Monday we'll come in and have a chat. And I had to do a couple of takeoffs. Like there was a few things I actually had to do to get my final price. And then I had to put the presentation together as well. And I was like, I just powered through it. Like 10:30, he was in the room. He was in the office ready to sit down. I had to be ready before then to put it all together to give to him and say, hey, let's do your shit. So it looked like I'd been ready for 6 months before he walked in here.
And it's still warm from the print.
It was a bit like that. Yeah. But I got it done and didn't make mistakes. Like it was all above board. So yeah, pressure makes diamonds. It's amazing what you can do when you have that time frame on you or that time constraint.
Why do you reckon people don't do it?
You know, I was listening to a podcast from Hormozy the other day, and he was saying exactly that. Sometimes, you know, people saying they want to scale their business. They don't necessarily need to go out and employ more people. Why don't you just work harder? Why don't you just get your team to work more efficiently or work harder and say, hey, this is your task. I know it's going to take you a week. Do it in 2 days. What's that look like? And then all of a sudden, because they know that, it's like they know they have the week, they'll take the week.
Yeah,
I think you've mentioned it before on the podcast.
I can't remember what there's a law. It's not Parkinson's.
No, that's the memory one where you like Parkinson's disease, where you forget everything.
I can't remember what the law is. I don't know. I can look it up.
It's like, it's got
The
that
law when time will take Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law, anything can go wrong, will go wrong.
The time when a task takes as long as the time allocated to it. What's the law?
Yeah.
Never find it.
You'll find it.
You know, I don't Google anymore.
What do? Do you Bing?
I chat GPT.
Oh, I used chat GPT this morning, actually.
Hey, no. I go and say, hey, like so client will ask me something and I'll be like, this is the best. And they'll be like, hey, I'm trying to do this on this webinar platform, but it's not working. So I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll say, how do I do this on this webinar platform? And it gives me the thing. And I'll say, can you write it so I can send it in an SMS? And it does. And I copy it.
It's actually Parkinson's law.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. That was right.
So that's the thing, right? Like you sometimes need to hire more people. It's just a matter of putting other constraints in place to get the thing done more efficiently. And that's what I reckon happened to me on Monday. Definitely. I had a deadline. I had to do it. Like there was no ifs or buts about it. It had to be done. And yes, I was at work a little bit earlier to get it done because I knew the time it would take me, but I got it done.
Also, and we recently had an event.
Mm-hmm.
Think about when we first started doing these events. How many times did the presentation get ready at midnight the night before?
Yeah.
And it's like, how ironic that it happened to get completed just before the deadline every single time. It's like the kids' tests, right?
Yeah.
They don't study the whole time, or the projects or whatever it is, or an essay or whatever it might be, and you don't do anything for 2 months or however long you have it for, and then the night before you manage to cram 60 days, 45 days worth of work into 3 hours, 6 hours, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I think people need more deadlines. People need more deadlines on their life.
Yeah. Well, again, I did a meeting with everyone this morning, the whole guys, and I was like, put some milestones in place that you want to achieve. One of my clients was saying how I want to win these next couple of jobs, and then I want to finish these systems, and then I'm going to put someone on in the office. I'm like, okay, that's great, but what happens when you don't finish those systems? What happens when you don't win those jobs? Okay, you're giving yourself that leeway to fail to a degree because, when I win these jobs is only when I can put someone on. When I finish all these systems is the only time I can put someone on. So put a time frame on it, right? So by March next year, you're going to have all your systems in place. Yes? Cool. So then that's one thing you can just discount now and go, cool, well, all my systems are in place. I can employ someone. The projects, cool. I'm going to win this many projects by this date. Make it happen. and put the people on. Be accountable to yourself.
It's work.
Yeah. It's also you've also got to do that work, like as in, and plan for it. I don't think it's like, you don't want to wish, like, again, I was speaking to my coach this morning, he was like, I'm going away this weekend for work. I'm going to Sydney for a few days. And he's like, well, what are you going to do whilst you're there? What are your goals? He goes,
Your PT.
yeah, PT.
Yeah.
So he's like, if you're going to go there, don't have a goal of just not eating shit. Okay.
Yeah, be like,
because
you're gonna go
that's
for a
not a
walk
goal.
every
That's
morning or
right.
something.
Because that's not a plan. Because you're not executing a plan. You're just saying, I'm just not going to eat shit. He goes, okay, so why don't you go there and say, well, cool, I'm going to eat high protein foods. Right. So I'm going to have meat with every meal. I'm going to go and do 10,000 steps at least. I'm going to go for whatever, a workout at the gym at the hotel. So actually have a plan to execute that goal, I think is really important, because when you don't have that, then again, you're sort of setting yourself up for failure, but also you're giving yourself permission to fail. And that's where people don't hold themselves accountable. And it's kind of good to have a coach in that instance as well, because they can pull you up on that shit.
And also, it gives them you said permission to fail, but also the permission to say, but I can still do it.
Yeah.
Because they haven't set like a deadline.
That's right. Oh, I've got to do that next week. It's all right.
Yeah, I can still do it. I can still do it now.
Yeah, like last episode or a couple of episodes ago, we spoke and I didn't get my six pack by my birthday. I think that was an excuse. I could have done it. Could have done it. If you say to George, six pack by your birthday, $10 million. Okay. Six pack by your birthday, or I'm going to take one of your kids. Okay. We'll get you 8. So like it's what's associated with that and what's connected to that too, and how disciplined you are to follow it. I have excuses.
A few people reached out to me after that episode.
Yeah.
And they're like, what was the goal you were talking about?
Well, for you?
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
They're like, what was the goal you were talking about? I'm like, get out of here, man.
Yeah. It was wrong with you.
Yeah. What, you think I'm going to tell you off air?
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it. I'll talk about it on air and share it with everyone.
That's right. Very cool.
If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.